Hi, I'm Joy. I'm the Business Development Manager at Strictly Savvy. We first engaged Kathy's services a couple of years ago. It's been fantastic for learning how other people think and how they work and how to communicate with them. So I've relished the fact that now I can look at my colleagues, know what drives them, the best way to communicate to them, the kind of information they might need for a task. It's also good for finding out personality types outside of work. So you do learn who's the like the motherly type, the ones that need, I guess, more of the I don't want to say affection, but you know, how was your weekend, you know, more of that touchy-feely kind of stuff. So that's brilliant, and then you learn the people who don't like that. So I found it really valuable. It's made a difference to the team because, as well as myself knowing how they work, they know how I operate. So I would highly recommend it to anyone considering it. It's brilliant.
Okay, so I'm a business coach and a consultant. I've been doing that for 15 years now, and I have a couple of other businesses of my own. I've done quite a bit with profiling before I met Kathy, because it's incredibly useful for me to be able to understand who I'm working with and the personality traits, etc. Kathy in particular, though, the thing I like about her is just the depth of her knowledge, her training, her ability to understand and the process she uses. So I've been through it and through her profiles myself, which has been useful in terms of understanding me. But for one of my businesses, we have a team of 16. Prior to Kathy coming in, we'd had a fairly high churn. There were a bunch of people that had come into the mix that didn't really fit. We had a team session with them. Everybody now understands their natural traits, how they interact with each other, how they push each other's buttons, but also why all the personality styles are beneficial, to the point where we actually have labels on screens and people know who they're talking to so they can moderate themselves. And the culture in the office now is incredibly different, incredibly good. We actually had Kathy back again recently to do a second session with the team to take it further, which I wouldn't do unless she made sense. And I've also referred her into a bunch of my existing clients and my other clients as well. So a couple of senior partners in a law firm who were starting to butt heads and didn't know why. Having done the sessions with Kathy, I knew why, but for her to be able to profile these two senior lawyers and actually put it out on paper and then explain how they can now work together has made a massive difference in terms of how they work. So Kathy's great, the disc profiling system is great. I recommend her highly.
So I first engaged Kathy's services because we were having quite a lot of conflict in our office environment or in my team. We had, I think, about 15 people, and we just needed to make some changes and have someone come in and help us sort out the issues. So when Kathy came and did a session with us, we understood why it is that some people do the things that they do and why some other people do the things that they do. And once we started to understand each other in the team, and my team started to understand each other, the issues started to dissolve, and we could actually have a common language, the DISC language, that we started to use, and we have little circles on everyone's screen that has the symbol of what personality profile they are, and we joke around about it, we have fun with it, and we can now understand each other, and the culture and atmosphere in our business now is completely transformed, and I love the business. My team members all love working in that sort of culture, and it's all thanks to Kathy and introducing the DISC profiling to us. We have an annual session with Kathy so that any new team members that have come on board can have that team building session and can understand deeply those personality styles. Plus, anyone who I'm looking to employ will do a DISC profile to see their suitability, and each new team member has a coaching session with Kathy so that they can understand the personality styles from day one. Yeah, it's made a huge difference in the business, and I recommend it to anyone.
So coming in and learning DISC through a course, it really opened my eyes, not only to learn more about the people around me and how to deal with them, but it also made me think more about myself. You know, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And not that they're weaknesses, that they're things that I just need to be aware of, things that I can improve on, and you know, so that I'm more aware of not only about myself but how I am interacting with other people, and what the sort of feedback they might be getting from me that I might not be, you know, on a conscious level aware of. I tend to be very much a C type, which is all about the structure and the procedure, and you know, getting steps 1 to 10 done and not missing out any steps. So coming across people who are more emotional, or they need to, you know, constant reassurance, it just helps me be aware of that, and that I'm mindful of those people and how they need me to be towards them. And it's really just an amazing tool, especially, you know, going into the workforce, going into family situations, friend situations. It shows you why people react to you the way they do, and also why you react to them in the way that you do. And when you get to that deeper level, then it just gives you a better sense of what's going on and where you need to take things in certain situations. So it's pretty amazing.